So we have another Pro version from Poco here, the M3 Pro. Remember, we got mind-blowing upgrades from the Poco X3 Pro and even from the Poco F3. So what can the Poco M3 Pro give us at its 8,990 pesos price point? The package weighs 571 grams with the brown shipper's box, bubble wrap. Alright, so typical yellow Poco box here. Inside we get the usual stuff: SIM card eject tool, manuals, TPU case, stickers, Type-C cable, and the 18-watt power brick. And there's the phone. The value here is unreal. For 8,990 pesos, we are getting 5G, MediaTek Dimensity 700 chip, 90 Hz refresh rate, 5,000 milliamps battery, and 48 megapixel AI triple camera. It's a first for me reviewing a Dimensity chip, so let's see what it can do on our gaming benchmark later on this video. So, the design. I'm actually seeing a visage of the S21 lineup here, right? You see it? And with everyone just tramp stamping their phones with ridiculous text, branding, and quotes, it just seems so natural when Poco does it. By the way, the back is in a glossy finish and it pretty much looks like glass. Kind of similar to the Poco F3, but once you hold it, yeah, you'll feel that it's plastic. So yeah, it's a fingerprint magnet too. It's quite thin and light, and it's such a delight to hold, not like the Black Shark 4. So we have the mic, USB Type-C, and single firing speakers at the bottom, unlock and fingerprint scanner, and volume rocker on the right side, SIM card tray on the left, and earphone jack up on top. The display is a 6.5-inch LCD screen with 90 Hz refresh rate and up to 500 nits of brightness, and protected with Gorilla Glass 3. It's one of those better looking LCDs. I'm seeing bright and accurate colors, and it has a better response time than others that I have tested within this price range, resulting to a more fluid UI swiping and scrolling. It has a pretty good viewing angle as well. This has Widevine L1 certification, so HD content right out of the box with Netflix and such, which is much appreciated and brings more value to this phone. So Dimensity 700 5G. I was not able to run benchmarks here like 3D Mark or Antutu. Same with the Poco F3 the first time that I got it, though I was able to run it after some system updates, but that won't stop us from running gaming benchmarks on this phone. Alright, so these are the results for our gaming benchmarks for our Poco M3 Pro. Oh my gosh. These are really good scores, man, for this price range. We have Mobile Legends, League of Legends, Marvel Super Wars. I've played them, I've tested them, and it is really smooth. The 1% low. Lowest is like 47 FPS. You can't even feel that frame rate drop in game. So awesome scores for MOBA games. And this is for the shooter games, Call of Duty Mobile. Unfortunately, we only have a few settings here for Call of Duty at medium graphic settings and high frame rate. Yeah, we're getting, what is this, 59 FPS, 1% low of 48. So not bad at all. Very playable and enjoyable. With the Battle Royale, yeah, I believe this is related with the frame rate setting. The high frame rate will only give you 40 FPS on Battle Royale. 1% low is 35. It's really close, so it should be lag free for you guys. This is the latest game right now. A lot of people are going cuckoo over this Ragnarok X, and we have 54 and 1% low of 40. So this is set to the balanced performance setting at still 60 FPS. So it is really playable. Like, come on, for like 7,000 or 9,000 pesos, you can play the latest games right now. Yeah, all right. Now, with Genshin Impact at the lowest settings at 60 FPS, you're getting 46 frames per second average, and the 1% low is at 19. Those two are a bit far apart from each other, but believe me, you can play Genshin Impact on this phone. Not really the smoothest, but yeah, you can. It's playable. It's not in a way that the stuttering will affect your gameplay. Let's actually check some more data here. So, okay, so this is Mobile Legends at ultra settings, and we're comparing this to a lot of phones. These are actually the phones that I've reviewed in the past. So you up on top, we have 58 frames per second and 47 at 1% low. And as you can see here, the Mi 11 Lite is 59 frames per second and 43 at the 1% low. If you come to think of it, the cheaper chipset is actually performing better because the 1% low is actually higher. And to think that the Poco M3 Pro is at ultra setting. Remember the Mi 11 Lite here when I got it, it didn't have the ultra frame rate setting yet. So really good performing chip that we have here. With Realme C25, yeah, high frame rate, but 1% low is quite far apart. S10, that's a great phone. Poco X3, Poco F3, Black Shark 4, really good performing phone. But, come on, man, for the price. I mean, for the price, it's a really good SoC, man. Now, this is Genshin Impact, comparing it with Snapdragon 732G and then the MediaTek Helio G70 from Realme C25. And as you can see here, the Dimensity 700 is really kicking ass. Yeah, and we're actually seeing, three settings here, the medium, low graphic settings, and the lowest. And it is still set to 60 FPS. Again here, the Dimensity 700 is just kicking ass. Almost all of the setting, especially on the medium setting, like getting 46. Mi 11 Lite, the more expensive phone, is getting 38. While the Realme C25, yeah, the lowest setting is 21 frames per second. So I don't know. There's really no point of testing it on higher setting. But yeah, really, really, really good phone here. And again, we get the same main camera module used on the Poco F3, X3 Pro, and Black Shark 4. So does it actually output the same quality? Unfortunately, no. You will get soft photos where details and sharpness are lacking. It's also not the most versatile camera. To really get the most out of the lenses, you may need to do multiple shots and pick the best ones out of the batch. It's a struggle, especially on outdoor shots. It's kind of hard to check details on an LCD screen when you're out. This is where AMOLED is really useful. Video does the same thing. It is not good, man. Details are just getting crushed. It's full HD. To me, it's like taken from a 720p camera. Even on broad daylight, it's as if the lenses are struggling in getting good light. Selfie is probably the only camera I like. It is decent enough, especially if you have good lighting. Colors are well rendered. Portrait shots are good too. Not the sharpest. Same thing can be said with the background separation. It's, passable. And for the record, the Realme C25 actually produces better photos than this one. So battery, it has 5,000 milliamps of battery, and it takes quite a long time to fully charge the phone. My test, it takes me around 1 hour and 44 minutes to fully charge it. All right, so this is a Netflix drain test. And as we can see here, the Poco M3 Pro was able to last for 15 hours. And the others, Mi 11, Poco X3 Pro, Poco F3, lasted for, 10 hours. Those are actually Qualcomm chipsets, while the Poco M3 is the Dimensity 700, which we might actually say that it is battery efficient. The Realme C25 gets 20 hours, 21 hours actually, but it only has wide level 3, so we're only getting standard definition quality there. On the first few days that I was testing this phone, I did not use a SIM. Like, come on, I have like 4 or 5 phones with me right now. But when I tried one and restarted the phone, it began to lag. Though if you set the phone to 60 hertz, everything is snappy again, even on games. It performs really good. However, on 90 hertz, the phone's just garbage, man. UI navigation, even on games, especially on Call of Duty Mobile, just look at this data here. It does not even show on the UFO test that we have a 90 hertz refresh rate. And when I transferred my test sim to another review unit, the Pova 2, then restarted my phone, I don't know, all of a sudden it's working again. So if you own the Poco M3 Pro, I would suggest to install and download all of your apps first. And once everything is set up, that's the time that you insert your SIM card. Because restarting your phone with a SIM card in it will actually glitch the system, making the phone lag. Let me know if you also encountered this with your Poco M3 Pro. I hope that they are aware of this issue, and I'm quite confident that they can resolve this on their next update. Conclusion: 8,990 pesos on sale. You can actually buy this at around 7,490, plus you get a freebie. Like in my case, I got a Mi Band 5. And basing on the data that I gathered, the Dimensity 700 is a faster and cheaper counterpart of the Qualcomm Snapdragon 732G, which can be found on mobile devices ranging from around 11,000. Even the Mi 11 Lite has that chipset, and that alone costs around 15,000 pesos. So we're getting superb value here. Games runs good here too. It's quite enjoyable. Imagine having a faster Poco X3 at a cheaper price. Really at 7,490 pesos plus a freebie, this is a bargain. Just think about it. Genshin Impact is actually playable on this device. It's ridiculous. And plus, you get 5G. So, if you're into games and your budget is around 8,000 to 9,000 pesos, and you don't really care about the camera, and mostly you play, outside of your house, this is a really good purchase for you. So we're actually kind of catching up with the uploads, and I'm currently testing the Pova 2. Let's see what's the hype is all about on that phone. And if you like the content that you're seeing here, give us a like and a sub. Even click on the notification bell so that you know when our next upload would be. So again, we'll be seeing you on the next video.